Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's B-Dabification here. Trying out a new deck. It's TG. Guess this is like hopping on the bandwagon, but I've been looking at this deck for a long time, so I'll go ahead and get into it. You have to play Triple Reborn Tengu. I don't give a shit what you're playing. The card works. He's great. He's a floater. He's a D floater. Just an awesome card. 2 striker. 3 I don't like. You don't synchro. You don't synchro a whole lot with this deck. He's just there when you need him. 3 Werewolf card is really good. You instantly go into Leviathan, Leviair, Granosaurus. You know, if you have that in a strike, 2 of these in a striker in hand, you're pretty much set. 3 Rush Rhino, the big boss ass of TGs as far as non-synchros go. But I like this card. He gets 400 attack boost when he attacks. Throw Horn of the Phantom Beast on him, he becomes a huge ass. I got this from Gen Con YCS, 2 Pitch Black Werewolf. I like the way this card's testing right now. It's the D Prison, Mirror Force, especially D Prison running around, the way it is right now. Just a really good card. I dropped 1 King Tiger down for 1 DD Warrior Lady. I'm liking this right now over 2 King Tigers. It's just been testing a lot better. He's more clutch in situations where I need an out to like a Shein or some other bullshit. And DD Warrior Lady just puts in work more than what King Tiger does. 2 King Tigers in the main. Still play 1 King Tiger for all those gadgets. Like C gadgets are running around like crazy. And 1 tech card is Gale, the Whirlwind. I love this card, and I'll explain to you why he's actually important to this deck later on. For the spell lineup, it's pretty short and sweet. 1 Book, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Reborn, 2 MST, and 2 Pot of Duality. I opted not to put in a Pot of Avarice. The way I like to play this deck, I really don't care too much about recycling Tengu and the TG stuff, so it just works out better to play that. The trap lineup, I boosted, it's huge, so I prefer to play off the trap lineup more than anything. 2 Compulse. I want this card at 3. I really like it at 2. It's test well. Gets bullshit out of the way. Those face down Raikos, knock them back to hand, push him with Tengu and a Rush Rhino. It's 37 on board, so it puts in work. I actually dropped 2 deep. I dropped both deep prisons for 2 Compulse. I like them better. They're chainable. We always like that. 1 Oppression, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential. Wouldn't be TGs without Triple Horn of the Phantom Beast. This card I thought was a fad, but it's actually puts in work too. Fiendish Chain. I don't know how. We're just now finding a use for this card, but this card's really good. I don't care what anybody says. 1 of this card puts in work. Puts in work. That's all I'm saying. There's no reason to play anything less than 3 TG1EM1s. This card will win you so many games. It's ridiculous. 2 7 Tools of the Bandit. I dropped both Dust Tornadoes for 2 of these. I don't want to blindly, knock shit off the board. Especially as many back rows people are setting nowadays. Like this deck, for instance, it'll summon Tengu set 5 or set 4, 5, whatever. This card, it'll hit the double-edged sword techniques. It'll hit the TG1EM1s, in the mirror match. It gets shit out of the way. Yeah, it's 1,000 life points, but it's there, and it puts in so much work. Everything puts in work, apparently. That's my favorite word of the day. Put in work. Everything's got to put in work. 1 Solemn and 2 Solemns. I'm starting to not like this card in 2. I just kill the life points between the 2 Warnings, the Judgment, and the 7 Tools. If you have to use all those resources, you're fucked. I mean, that's all there is to it. And the extra deck, I'm still really working on this extra deck. There's a lot of things that I want to take in and out, like roaches. I need roaches, and so on and so forth. But to start out, I'm playing 1 Leviair, or 1 Leviathan. I like Leviair better, but I mean, he becomes 25, as soon as he's 60 summons. So I like it. to Utopia. I want to drop a Roach, one of these for a Roach, but I don't have a Steel Swarm Roach, so that's what I get. One Gaia Knight, one Brionic, one Blade Blaster. This is going to be my Hyper Librarian when I get it. I'm just waiting on the subscription in the mail. This card's really good. He's just really hard to get out with this deck. Like, plants can pull him out fairly easy. This deck, not so much. It doesn't really synchro a whole lot. I mean, you can go, you know, Striker, Werewolf, Wonder Magician, wait a few turns. You know, it just takes a long time to get this guy out. I didn't like him as much as I thought I would. One Wonder Magician. I love this card. Again, I never get it out. I never really bothered to synchro with this deck. One Black Rose, one Scrap, one Trishula, one Barkion, one Armor Master, one Catastor, one Stardust. And I'm trying to attack of mine. One Z-Man the 8 King. For those, this card never really got played. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send one monster from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard to negate the attack. So if you have this guy out with Tengu, it's like free. It's like a free Utopia, pretty much. You ditch a Tengu, get a Tengu, and negate the attack. I don't know. I'm trying it out. I haven't really had a chance to test it out too much because I haven't really got to play this deck all that much. But this is pretty much my TG build for right now. I'm working on some other stuff when we get it. I'm really waiting for Photon Shockwave to come out before I can do any of that stuff. So yeah, new trade binder will be up probably today along with this video, if not tomorrow. Comment, rate, subscribe it below, and I'm always looking for new cards, so get at me on trades. Peace, YouTube.